The Syracuse men's cross-country team won the national championship the other day. Syracuse, now follow me here. Syracuse men's cross-country team won the national championship the other day. It was a little bit of an upset. They had 3 runners that placed in the top 10, had 82 points to knock off number 1, Colorado. So Syracuse wins the cross-country national championship in men's, first time since 1951. The coach of the Syracuse cross-country team is Chris Fox. Chris Fox is a 1976 graduate of Martinsburg High School. And folks who are about my age, or maybe a tad younger, remember Chris Fox from his days at Martinsburg, an outstanding high school runner there, one of the most accomplished ever in Martinsburg, and he became an All-American. He went to Auburn, ended up in Syracuse, where he now has a national championship. He joins us on Metro News Talkline. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Hoppy. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
Well, thanks. It was a great day for us. It was still a little bit hard to fathom.
Yeah, how'd you pull off the upset? You guys were not favored. I mean, you're very good, but you weren't favored. How'd you pull off the upset?
It was one of those days where every guy on the team had their best day.
Wow.
And we had no letdown. And, we saw a couple of holes maybe in Colorado's team at the regionals, which were 2 weeks ago. And we seemed to exploit them. Like, our guys went to the front early and kind of put the pressure on them. And we had a big lead, and then they kind of caught up with us with a mile and a half to go. And then we found a little extra the last 400 or 500 meters and ended up gaining about 12 points on them over the last minute of the race.
Wow. Was
that
a
30-minute race?
Chris, was that your strategy to go out early and put the pressure on them?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to see how they would react. They're really smart. The coaches there is a kind of a legend. And we knew we had to get out because it's a field of about 250 runners, and there's places where you can get bottlenecked or pinched up, and we wanted to get out quick. So we had our 3 guys get right out into the top 10 right away, and then 3 more guys got themselves into the top 50, and they moved up from there. It was just one of those days. It was a great day for us.
Outstanding. Chris Fox is with us. He's the coach of the Syracuse men's cross-country team, won a national championship. Chris is a 1976 graduate of Martinsburg High School. I'm a Panhandle boy, and I remember you from those days, and a very accomplished runner there in Martinsburg. And do you still have folks back there? Any family?
Oh, yeah. My mom still lives there. I grew up on Raleigh Street in Martinsburg, and my high school coach, Mr. Dave Ambrose, he was at the meet in Louisville, so it was kind of great, kind of full circle for us. He coached me since I was in the 7th grade. And, I get back to Martinsburg all the time. I have family in Martinsburg and in Hagerstown, Maryland. And, that was the foundation for everything. I've kind of been in this sport since I was 13 years old, and my foundation goes back to those days at South Middle School and Martinsburg High School.
Well, how did you get started running?
I played basketball. I was really, really, really tiny. I played basketball in the 7th grade, and Mr. Ambrose was my coach, and then he took over the track program there at South Junior High, it was called then. Mm-hmm. And he just got me running. I had success right away, a lot of success for a little kid early, and he just kind of nurtured me all the way through, and we ended up winning a state championship at Martinsburg High School. I think it was, at that time, it was the first state championship ever won by a Martinsburg team. Yeah. In any sport.
Really?
Yeah, in 1975.
You're still a legend in Martinsburg, you know that?
Well, I had great support from the Martinsburg Journal and WEPM. So people they probably made a little bit bigger deal of me than they should have, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun back then.
And you went to Auburn, right? And ran at Auburn?
Yes, sir. And had a great time there. I made All-American there, I think 6 times, and it was a really great experience for me.
Why did you decide to get into coaching?
That's a good question. I think by default, you do something every day since you're 13 years old, and I guess I just have, I garnered a lot of knowledge, and I ran professionally until I was about 37 years old, so that precluded a lot of other careers that you probably need to start when you're in your 20s. So, I got into it, and it's been a great ride for me.
Yeah. Did you ever have an Olympic trial?
Yeah, I was in 5 Olympic trials. I've been an alternate for 2 Olympic teams, and I ran in the World Championships a couple times. So I would say I had a really good professional career. Not completely satisfying. This kind of erased some of the memories of some of the bad memories that I had from my own running.
Chris Fox is with us, Martinsburg native, 76 graduate of Martinsburg High School, coach of Syracuse men's cross country team. They just won a national championship. A little bit of an upset over Colorado. You still running now, or you all runned out?
Well, I'm about run out. I do a little bit of running a few days a week for my fitness and health, but I can't go fast anymore.
Well, you shouldn't be able to go fast. You shouldn't be like those young guys. I mean, you look at them and they can just keep going and going and going, right? And you're like, okay, I need to rest a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, these are young, very talented guys, and they work really, really hard.
We got to be proud of them. I mean, I don't know what's the history at Syracuse with cross country. You had a national championship in 1951, so it'd been that long. I mean, had there been a history there, or did you have to reestablish there?
Yeah, that's a good question. I had to reestablish it 11 years ago. They brought me in here, and the program was, I would say, dormant would be a good word. They just hadn't been very competitive since the 50s. And they were in the Big East, and they were last or next to last of several years before I got here. And it took us a couple years, and we won a few Big East championships, and then we switched to the ACC. And we've won 3 ACC championships in the 3 years we've been in the ACC. So I was given a big gift by the athletic director, like, here's a pile of budget money, come make a good program for me. and he left us alone and let us build something pretty special.